3 pounds of pressure. That is all that separates a killer from a coward. My finger rests on the trigger of an M19 Garand rifle. The metal is slick with rain and sweat. My hands are shaking. Not much. Just enough that the front sight post dances across the chest of the man I am about to kill. He is 20 feet away, standing in a courtyard in a village whose name I will never learn. His uniform is the color of mud and old mustard. Japanese, Imperial Army. The enemy. The reason I am here. The reason 12 men from my company are dead. The reason my mother cries herself to sleep 8,000 miles away in Portland, Oregon. He has a rifle. Arisaka Type 38. Bolt action. It hangs from his right hand. Not raised, not aimed, just hanging there like he forgot he was holding it. His left arm is wrong, bent at an angle that makes my stomach clench. Broken. The flesh around the break is swollen purple-black. He cannot lift it, cannot use it, cannot fight with it. 3 pounds. My finger tightens. 2 pounds now. Maybe less. April 19th, 1945. Okinawa. I am 19 years old. I have been in combat for 18 days. In those 18 days, I have learned things they did not teach us at Paris Island. I have learned that death smells sweet and rotten at the same time. I have learned that a human body can contain more blood than seems physically possible. I have learned that you can watch your friend die and then eat your rations 10 minutes later, because if you do not eat, you will die too. I have learned to shoot without thinking, to see movement and fire, to see a target and engage, to see the enemy and kill. But now I am thinking, and that is the problem. His face. I can see his face. Mud-caked, rain-streaked, young. Maybe younger than me. He has a mustache, thin, patchy, the kind a teenage boy grows because he wants to look like a man, but his body has not caught up to his ambition. His eyes are dark brown, almost black. They are looking at me, not with hate, not with the fanatic determination they told us every Japanese soldier possessed, not with the death wish that would make him charge my position screaming banzai until I cut him down. Fear. That is what I see. Pure animal fear. The kind that makes your bowels go loose and your vision narrow and your heart hammer so hard you can feel it in your skull. I know that fear. I live in that fear. Every day, every hour, every second of the 18 days I have been on this island. The fear that this moment will be my last, that the next bullet has my name on it, that I will die here in this mud, in this rain, and become one more name typed on one more telegram, delivered to one more mother who will fold it carefully and put it in a drawer and never throw it away. He is afraid of me, afraid of the rifle pointed at his chest, afraid of the American Marine who has him dead to rights, afraid that these are his last seconds alive. My finger tightens. 1 pound now, maybe less. The trigger has a tiny bit of slack. I can feel it, the mechanical resistance before it breaks, and the firing pin drops, and the round in the chamber ignites, and the bullet leaves the barrel at 2,800 feet per second and crosses the 20 feet between us in a fraction of a heartbeat, and punches through his sternum and shreds his heart, and exits through his back, taking fist-sized chunks of flesh and bone with it. 1 pound. Behind me I can hear voices. My squad. Sergeant Rodriguez calling my name. Harrison. Where the hell are you, Harrison? I should answer. Should yell back. Should call for backup. Should do this by the book. Secure the prisoner. Call for support. Move on to the next objective. But if I call out, Rodriguez will come. Rodriguez will see this Japanese soldier. Rodriguez will not hesitate. Rodriguez has killed 11 enemy combatants that I know of. Probably more. Rodriguez does not freeze up. Does not overthink. Does not see faces. He sees targets. And targets get eliminated. The Japanese soldier hears the voices too. His eyes flick past me toward the sound, then back to me. He knows. He understands. He is waiting to see what I will do. My mouth tastes like copper, like I have been chewing on pennies. Adrenaline does that. Floods your system, sharpens everything, makes colors too bright, and sounds too loud, and time too slow. A single drop of rain falls from the broken edge of a roof. I watch it fall. It takes forever. It lands on the barrel of my rifle, beads up, rolls off, drops into the mud at my feet. The Japanese soldier's chest is moving, rising, falling, rising, falling. Fast, shallow breaths, hyperventilating. Going into shock maybe, from pain, from fear, from blood loss. His broken arm must hurt beyond anything I can imagine. Bone grinding on bone, nerve endings screaming. But he is not making a sound, just breathing hard and staring at me. I can see a vein pulsing in his neck, right there, just above his collar, throbbing with each heartbeat. Alive. He is alive. His heart is pumping blood through his veins. His lungs are pulling in air. His brain is firing neurons. He is a living, breathing human being, and I am about to end that. 3 pounds, then 2, then 1, then nothing. Then he is meat. Then he is one more body in one more crater, in one more village, on one more island, in a war that has already killed millions and will kill millions more before it is done. My vision narrows, tunnels. All I can see is his chest, the center mass, the killing zone. Aim small, miss small. That is what they taught us. Do not aim at the man. Aim at a button on his jacket. Aim at a specific point. Make it small. Make it precise. There is a button on his jacket, second one down, brass, tarnished. I can see the imperial chrysanthemum stamped into it, the symbol of the emperor, the god their soldiers worship, the god they die for. I aim at that button. My finger reaches the breakpoint. The trigger is about to release, about to fire, about to end this. The Japanese soldier moves, not toward me, not away, just shifts his weight. His right hand opens. The rifle falls from his grip. It hits the mud with a wet thud. He does not pick it up, cannot pick it up, will not pick it up. He is disarmed, defenseless, helpless. My enemy who cannot fight back. Shoot him. Every cell in my body screams it. He is Japanese. He would kill you if he could. His comrades killed Miller, killed Jackson, killed Chen. They would do worse if they captured you. They do not take prisoners. They do not follow the Geneva Convention. They torture. They mutilate. They commit atrocities that make your stomach turn when you hear about them in briefings. Shoot him. He is the enemy. This is war. This is what you do. This is your job, your duty, your purpose for being here. You kill the enemy before the enemy kills you. It is simple. It is clear. It is what keeps you alive. My finger freezes. The trigger is right there, right at the breaking point. A fly could land on it and the rifle would fire. But I cannot apply that last fraction of pressure because he is looking at me, and I am looking at him. And I see something I did not expect to see, something I was not prepared for, something that breaks through every hour of training in every lecture about the Japanese menace, in every propaganda poster showing buck-toothed evil caricatures. I see a person, not the enemy, not a target, not a combatant or an imperial soldier or a representative of fascist aggression. A person, a human being, somebody's son, maybe somebody's brother, maybe somebody's husband or father, somebody who was born and learned to walk and learned to talk and played as a child and grew up and got drafted or volunteered and ended up here in this hell and now stands broken and terrified waiting to die. My hands are shaking worse now, not from adrenaline, from something else, something I do not have a name for. My finger comes off the trigger, moves to the trigger guard. The rifle dips, just slightly, just enough that it is no longer pointed at his chest. The Japanese soldier sees this. His eyes widen, not understanding, not believing, waiting for the trick, waiting for me to raise the rifle again and finish it. I do not raise the rifle, I lower it, all the way, until it points at the mud between us. We stand like that, frozen. 2 soldiers in a war that has no room for mercy, no room for hesitation, no room for seeing the enemy as human. A mortar round lands, close, maybe 50 yards. The ground jumps. My knees buckle. I drop into a crouch reflexively. The Japanese soldier hunches over, protecting his broken arm. Debris rains down, chunks of concrete, roof tiles, dust. When it stops, we are both coughing, both alive, both still looking at each other. Rodriguez's voice is fainter now, moving away, searching in a different direction. The battle is shifting, north, toward the next objective, away from this courtyard, away from this moment. The Japanese soldier reaches into his jacket with his good hand. I bring the rifle up fast, every muscle tensed, ready to fire. He freezes, hand inside his jacket, looking at me, slowly, very slowly. He pulls his hand out. There is something in it. Small. Rectangular. Not a weapon. A photograph. Bent. Water-stained. He holds it up so I can see. A woman. Young. Pretty. Wearing a kimono. She is holding a baby. The baby is maybe 6 months old. Chubby cheeks. Smiling. The woman is smiling too. Behind them is a house. A garden. Normal life. Before the war. The Japanese soldier looks at the photograph. Then at me. Then back at the photograph. His good hand is trembling. The photograph shakes. He says something. Japanese. I do not understand the words, but I understand the tone, the emotion, the desperate need to communicate something. This is my wife. This is my son. I have a family. I am not just a soldier. I am a father. I am a husband. I am a person who loves and is loved. Please, please see that. Please see me as more than a target. He does not say those words, but that is what his eyes say, what the photograph says, what the trembling of his hand says. My throat closes up. My eyes burn. I am 19 years old. I do not have a wife, do not have a child, but I have a mother. I have a father. I have a sister. I have a girlfriend back home who writes me letters that smell like perfume and take 3 weeks to arrive. I have people who love me, people who are waiting for me to come home. So does he. This man I was about to kill. This enemy who has become a person. He has people waiting. People who will cry if he does not return. A son who will grow up without a father. A wife who will become a widow. Because of me. Because I pulled a trigger. Because I did my job. Because I followed orders. Because this is war, and war means killing. And I am a Marine, and Marines kill the enemy. I reach into my own pocket. My hand is shaking so badly I can barely grip what I am looking for. I pull it out. My own photograph. My family. Taken before I shipped out. My mother. My father. My sister Mary. Me in my dress blues. All of us smiling. Pretending everything was fine. Pretending I was not about to go to war. Pretending I would definitely come home. I hold it up. Show him. He looks at it. Looks at me. Nods. Understanding. We are the same. Different uniforms, different languages, different sides, but the same. Both of us far from home. Both of us scared. Both of us wanting to live. Both of us with people who love us. The firing is getting closer again. Different direction now. East. The Japanese are counterattacking. Standard tactic. Hit the Americans while they are consolidating. Catch them off balance. My squad will be engaged. They will need me. Every rifle matters. Every man matters. I need to move. Need to rejoin my unit. Need to get back in the fight. Need to do my job. I point at the gap in the wall behind him. A way out. Away from where the firing is coming from. Away from my squad. Away from the battle. He looks where I am pointing. Looks back at me. He understands. I am letting him go. I am choosing not to kill him. I am committing treason or dereliction of duty or cowardice or whatever name they put on it when a Marine lets the enemy walk away. He tries to bow. Cannot manage it. His broken arm will not let him bend properly. He says something else in Japanese. Thank you. It must be thank you. What else could it be? He turns, staggers toward the gap. Each step looks painful. He is moving on, will alone, on the desperate need to survive, to get away, to live one more day, to maybe someday see his wife and his son again. He reaches the gap, turns back one more time, looks at me. His face is streaked with mud and rain and maybe tears. He nods once. Then he is gone, disappeared into the ruins. I stand there, alone, my rifle in my hands, my photograph still clutched in my left hand, my whole body shaking now, not from cold, not from fear, from something else, from the weight of what I just did, or did not do. Rodriguez comes around the corner 30 seconds later, sees me, looks around the courtyard, sees the Japanese rifle in the mud, looks back at me. Harrison, you okay? Thought we lost you. I nod, cannot speak. My throat is too tight. See any Japs? I look at the rifle, the mud, the gap in the wall, the spot where a man stood 20 feet away, and I chose not to kill him. No, Sarge. Area's clear. Rodriguez nods, believes me. We move out, rejoin the squad, keep pushing. The battle goes on. That night, I lie in a foxhole, cannot sleep, keep seeing his face, his eyes, The photograph of his wife and child. Keep feeling the weight of the trigger under my finger. The pressure I did not apply. The shot I did not take. I tell myself it does not matter. One soldier in one courtyard in one battle. It changes nothing. The war will go on. Men will die. Thousands. Tens of thousands. One man spared makes no difference in the grand scheme. I am wrong. 3 days later, we push through another village. More rubble. More mud. More death. I am walking point. Rodriguez behind me. We round a corner. There is a ditch. Filled with muddy water. Bodies floating in it. Japanese. 5 of them. Killed in the counterattack probably. Shot retreating. Left where they fell because nobody has time to bury enemy dead. I see the uniform first. Mustard yellow. Soaked dark with water and blood. Then I see the arm. Left arm. Bent at an angle that is not natural. Broken. Never set. Never treated. No. Please no. I jump into the ditch. Rodriguez is yelling at me, asking what the hell I am doing. I do not answer. I grab the body, turn it over. The face is underwater, bloated, gray, but I recognize it. The thin mustache, the young face, the features I saw 20 feet away 3 days ago. His eyes are open, staring at nothing. A bullet hole in his back, right between the shoulder blades, shot from behind. Executed maybe, or killed retreating. It does not matter. He is dead. The man I let live. The father, the husband, the person I saw as human. Dead anyway. I did not save him. I delayed his death by 72 hours. That is all. 3 days. That is what my mercy bought him. 3 more days of pain and fear and hunger before a bullet found him anyway. My hands are on his chest. I am kneeling in the water. The water is cold. The body is cold. Everything is cold. Rodriguez is pulling at my shoulder, telling me to get out of the ditch, telling me the body is dead. There is nothing I can do. I know there is nothing I can do. I knew there was nothing I could do 3 days ago when I lowered my rifle, when I let him walk away, when I thought I was saving a life, when I thought mercy mattered, when I thought one choice in one moment could change anything. I pull something from inside his jacket. The photograph. Still there. Still tucked against his chest. Water has destroyed it. The image is barely visible, but I can still make out the woman, the child, the family he died far away from, the people who will never know what happened to him, who will wait and hope and eventually stop hoping. I take the photograph, put it in my own pocket. Rodriguez pulls me out of the ditch, asks if I knew him. I shake my head. He accepts that. We move on. But I did know him. For one moment in one courtyard, I knew him better than I have ever known anyone. I saw him, saw his fear, saw his hope, saw his humanity, and I let him live. And it did not matter, and it did not save him, and it did not change anything. That night, I take out the photograph. His family, my family. I look at both. 2 pieces of wet paper with images of people who love us, who wait for us, who hope we come home. I am alive. He is dead. I made a choice. It meant nothing. War does not care about choices. War does not care about mercy. War does not care about seeing the enemy as human. War just keeps killing until one side has nothing left to kill. I put both photographs in my jacket, against my chest, where they will stay for the rest of the war. A reminder, a burden, a question I will carry for 44 years. Did I do the right thing? Does it matter that I tried? Does one moment of humanity mean anything in a war that drowns humanity in blood and mud and death? I do not have answers. I just have 2 photographs, 2 families, one alive, one dead, and the weight of 3 pounds of pressure I could not bring myself to apply. The explosion hits like a physical hand shoving me sideways. The world becomes noise, pressure, heat. I am airborne for a fraction of a second. Then I hit the ground. Hard. My rifle flies from my hands. My helmet cracks against stone. Everything goes white. When vision returns, I am lying on my side. Dust, smoke, the taste of blood in my mouth. I bit my tongue. I can feel it swelling. My ears are ringing. High-pitched whine that drowns out everything else. I try to stand. My legs do not respond immediately. Delayed. Shock. Second explosion. Closer. The ground jumps. I roll reflexively. Curl into a ball, hands over my head. Debris rains down, chunks of concrete. Roof tiles. Something sharp hits my shoulder. Pain. Bright and immediate. Third explosion. Fourth. Fifth. Artillery barrage. Not ours. Theirs. Japanese. They are shelling their own village. Standard tactic. Americans take a position. Japanese shell it. Kill their own civilians if necessary. Scorched earth. Deny the enemy any advantage. I crawl. Do not know where. Just away. Away from the open. Away from the killing zone. My hands find rubble. A wall. Half collapsed but still standing. A doorway. Dark inside. I crawl through. Into shadow. Into cover. The explosions continue. The walls shake. Dust falls from the ceiling. I press myself against the floor. Make myself small. Wait for a shell to land directly on this building and collapse it on top of me. Bury me alive. Crush me. End me. It does not come. The barrage walks past. North. Away. Hitting different targets. The thunder fades. The ringing in my ears remains. I lie on the floor breathing. Alive. Whole. Probably. I do a mental inventory. Arms work. Legs work. Bleeding from somewhere, but not badly. Concussed maybe. But alive. I open my eyes. The room is dim. Gray light filtering through cracks in the walls. This was a house once. I can see the remains of domestic life. A table. Overturned. A shelf. Empty. Pottery shards scattered across the floor. A family lived here. Cooked meals. Slept. Talked. Laughed maybe. Before the war came and turned their home into a tomb. Movement. Far corner. Shadow shifting. I freeze. My hand goes to my hip. My sidearm. M1911. 7 rounds. 45 caliber. I draw it. Aim at the shadow. My hands are shaking. Adrenaline. Shock. Fear. The shadow moves into the light. Mustard yellow uniform. Japanese. Imperial Army. He is holding his left arm against his chest. The arm is bent wrong. Broken. His right hand is empty. No weapon visible. He sees me. Sees the pistol pointed at him. He stops moving. We stare at each other. 5 seconds. 10. Recognition hits like another explosion. I know this face. I know those dark eyes. I know that broken arm. 3 days ago. Different courtyard. I had him in my sights. I lowered my rifle. I let him walk away. And now he is here. In this room. 5 yards away. And I am pointing a pistol at him. His face shows the same recognition. His eyes widen, his mouth opens slightly. He says something. Japanese. I do not understand the words, but the tone is clear. Disbelief. Shock. The same impossible coincidence hitting him. We are locked in a destroyed house. Together. Enemy soldiers who met before. Who chose not to kill each other before. Now trapped by artillery in the same small space with nowhere to go. Another explosion. Distant. The barrage is moving back. Coming this way again. Walking fire. They are saturating the area, making sure nothing survives. The walls shake. The ceiling groans. Dust falls. The Japanese soldier looks up, looks at me, makes a decision. He moves toward the corner, away from me, as far as the small room allows. He sits down, back against the wall, cradling his broken arm, waiting to see what I will do. I should shoot him. The pistol is in my hand. He is 5 yards away. Center mass shot. Easy. I have 7 rounds. Only need 1. Put him down. Secure the area. Wait for the barrage to end. Rejoin my squad. Report 1 enemy killed. I do not shoot. I lower the pistol, not all the way. Just enough that it points at the floor instead of his chest. I move to the opposite wall. Sit down. Back against stone. Facing him. The pistol rests on my knee. Finger on the trigger guard. Not on the trigger, but ready. We sit like that. 5 yards apart. 2 soldiers. 2 enemies. 2 men who already decided once not to kill each other. Now making that decision again. Or avoiding making a decision. Or just too stunned to do anything. The barrage continues. Hours pass. Maybe. Time is strange. The room dims as afternoon fades toward evening. The gray light becomes orange, then red, then purple, then black. Night falls. The shelling stops. Silence descends. More terrifying than noise. In silence you can hear movement, hear breathing, hear the enemy coming. I cannot see him anymore. Too dark. But I can hear him. His breathing is labored, ragged, Pain breathing. His broken arm must hurt beyond anything I can imagine. 3 days old now. The bone never set. The swelling never treated. Probably infected. Probably getting worse. I hear him shift. Hear him make a sound. Not quite a groan. Not quite a gasp. Just a noise that escapes when pain becomes too much to contain. Then quiet again. Just breathing. My shoulder throbs where debris hit it. Not serious. Just a gash. Bleeding stopped, but it stings. I am thirsty. My canteen is on my belt. Half full, maybe less. I take a drink. Small sip. Make it last. Do not know how long I will be here. I hear him swallow. Dry throat. He is thirsty too. Has no water. Lost his canteen somewhere. Or drank it already. 3 days without supplies. Without support. Wounded. Alone. He must be dying of thirst. I should not care. Should not think about it. He is the enemy. Let him suffer. Let him die of dehydration. Saves me a bullet. Saves me the moral weight of execution. Let nature do what I cannot bring myself to do. I take another drink. The water is warm, tastes like metal and canvas. But it is water. Life. I hear him swallow again. Hear his dry throat working. Hear the sound of a man dying slowly. I am 19 years old. I have killed men. I have watched men die. I have done terrible things. But I cannot sit in the darkness 5 yards from a man and listen to him die of thirst while I have water. I pull a grenade from my belt. No. Wrong item. I find my canteen. Unscrew the cap. The sound is loud in the silence. I hear him shift. Hear alertness. Tension. Waiting to see what the sound means. I toss the canteen across the room. It hits the floor. Rolls. Stops. Silence. Then movement. Cautious. Careful. The sound of him reaching out, finding the canteen, picking it up. Long pause. He is trying to understand why I threw him my water, what the trick is, what the trap is. Then I hear him drink. Long, desperate swallows. A man dying of thirst, drinking like water is the only thing that matters. He drinks half, stops, waits, then throws the canteen back. It lands near my feet. I pick it up. Half remains. He left me half. Split it even. Fair. I drink the rest. The canteen is empty now. No more water. But we both drank. Both survived. Both made a choice to share instead of hoard. Silence. Darkness. We sit in our corners. Enemy soldiers who just kept each other alive. I do not understand what is happening. Do not understand why I keep making choices that go against every instinct, every rule, every principle of survival. Hours pass. Maybe. Sleep is impossible. Too wired, too alert, too aware that 5 yards away sits a man who could kill me if I let my guard down. Too aware that I could kill him, that I should kill him, that every moment I do not is dereliction of duty. But I do not. I just sit, wait, listen to him breathe, listen to my own breathing. 2 men in darkness waiting for dawn, waiting for the war to find us again, waiting for the moment when mercy becomes impossible and killing becomes necessary. Dawn comes gray and cold. Light filters through cracks. I see him again. He looks worse. His face is pale, waxy, fever. His broken arm is swollen larger than yesterday. The skin is discolored, dark purple, black at the edges. Infection, bad infection. Gangrene maybe. If it is gangrene, he will die. Slowly, painfully, poisoned by his own rotting flesh. He sees me looking at his arm, sees my expression, understands what I am seeing. He says something, Japanese, tired, resigned, accepting. He knows he is dying, knows the arm is killing him, knows there is nothing he can do. I have sulfa powder. In my first aid kit, sulfanilamide, antibiotic. You dust it on wounds to prevent infection, to stop gangrene, to save lives. I have 1 packet, supposed to save it for myself, for my buddies, for Americans, not for the enemy. His arm is black at the edges. The infection is spreading. Give it 2 more days and it will kill him. Sepsis, organ failure, fever, delirium, death. He will die in this room. I will watch it happen. I will sit 5 yards away and watch a man rot from the inside. I pull out my first aid kit. His eyes track the movement, wary, not understanding. I open the kit. Find the sulfa packet. Hold it up so he can see. His eyes widen. He shakes his head. Says something. Refusing. He knows what sulfa is. Knows what I am offering. Knows it should be saved for my own people. I cross the room. He tenses. Ready for violence. For execution. For whatever I am going to do. I kneel beside him. Close enough to smell the infection. Sweet. Rotten. The smell of flesh dying. He does not move. Does not resist. Just watches me with those dark eyes. Waiting. I gesture to his arm. He hesitates. Then extends it. Slowly. The movement causes pain. I can see it in his face. The way his jaw clenches. The way his breathing stops. But he does not make a sound. Does not cry out. Just bears it. The arm is worse up close. The break is compound. Bone visible through skin. The wound is infected. Pus. Discoloration. Heat radiating off it. I tear open the sulfa packet. Dust the powder over the wound. It is not enough. One packet cannot fix this. He needs a hospital, surgery, real antibiotics. But it is something. It might buy him time. It might stop the gangrene. It might let him live. He watches me work, does not speak. When I finish, he pulls his arm back, cradles it against his chest, looks at me, says something. Low. Quiet. Thank you. It must be thank you. What else could it be? I move back to my corner. Sit down. He sits in his corner. We do not speak. Cannot speak. Do not share language. But something has shifted. Some invisible line has been crossed. We are not just enemy soldiers trapped together. We are something else. Something I do not have words for. Hours pass. The sun moves. Light changes. Afternoon. The shelling starts again. Not close. Distant. North. The battle is moving. Shifting. The front is advancing or retreating. Hard to tell from inside a destroyed house with no radio. No contact. No information. The Japanese soldier is sleeping. Or unconscious. Hard to tell. His breathing is steady. The fever has broken slightly. The sulfa might be working. Or he might just be dying slower. I watch him. Study him. He looks younger in sleep. The tension gone from his face. He could be a boy. 17. 18. Too young for war. Too young to die in a foreign land far from home. I reach into my jacket, find the photograph. My family. Bent. Worn. I have looked at it 10,000 times. My mother. My father. My sister. Me. All of us smiling. All of us pretending everything was fine. I stare at their faces, try to remember what normal felt like, what peace felt like, before the war, before the killing, before this. The Japanese soldier stirs, opens his eyes, sees me holding the photograph. His expression changes, softens. He reaches into his own jacket, pulls out his photograph, the one I saw 3 days ago, his wife, his child. He holds it up, shows me again, reminds me. I have a family too. I am a person too. I am not just the enemy. We sit like that, 5 yards apart, each holding photographs, each showing the other proof of our humanity, proof that we are more than soldiers, more than enemies, more than targets. Night falls again. Second night. We have been trapped here for nearly 48 hours. No food, no water, just 2 men in a destroyed house waiting. For what? For rescue, for death, for the war to make the decision we cannot make. Third day. Dawn. The Japanese soldier is worse. The fever is back. Stronger. He is shaking, sweating, delirious. The sulfa helped, but it was not enough. He needs real medical care. Needs it soon, or he will die. I hear voices, American voices, my squad. They are close, searching the village, looking for survivors, looking for me. Bobby Rodriguez's voice. Harrison, where the hell are you? I have seconds to decide. I can call out. They will come. They will find us. They will see the Japanese soldier. They will shoot him or take him prisoner. Either way, this ends. This strange suspended moment ends. Reality comes back. The war comes back. We stop being 2 men sharing water and photographs and become what we really are, American and Japanese, Marine and Imperial Army, killer and killed. The Japanese soldier hears the voices too. He looks at me. Fever, bright eyes. He knows. He understands. This is the end. His expression is not fear, not pleading, just acceptance. He lived longer than he expected. He got water. He got medical treatment. He got mercy from an enemy who should have killed him. That is more than most men get in war. I look at him, at his face, at his broken arm, at the photograph still tucked in his jacket, at the proof of his humanity, at the man I could not kill 3 days ago, cannot kill now, cannot hand over to be killed by others. I stand, move to the doorway, look out, see Bobby and Thompson searching buildings 2 houses down, moving this direction. 30 seconds, maybe less. I look back at the Japanese soldier, point to a gap in the back wall, a way out, away from where my squad is coming from, away from capture, away from execution, away from the war for a few more hours or days. He looks where I am pointing, looks back at me. He cannot walk, can barely stand. Fever, blood loss, infection. He will not make it far, but he nods, understands, tries to stand, falls, tries again, gets to his feet, sways, stumbles toward the gap. He reaches it, turns back, looks at me one last time, says something. Japanese. I do not understand the words, but I understand the meaning. You saved my life twice. I will remember. If I survive this war, I will remember the American Marine who chose not to kill me, who gave me water, who gave me medicine, who gave me mercy. Then he is gone, disappeared through the gap, into the ruins, into whatever fate waits for him. I do not know if he will survive, do not know if the infection will kill him, do not know if another American or another Japanese bullet will find him, do not know anything except that I let him go. Again, for the second time, against all reason, against all training, against all survival instinct. Bobby comes through the door 10 seconds later, finds me standing there, looks around the room, sees nothing, no enemy, no bodies, just me. Harrison, Jesus Christ, we thought you were dead. Whole squad got scattered by that barrage. You hit? I shake my head. My voice is rough from disuse, from thirst. I'm okay. You've been in here 2 days. Yeah. Alone? I look at the spot where the Japanese soldier sat, the corner where he cradled his broken arm, the floor where I threw my canteen, the gap in the wall where he disappeared. Yeah, alone. Bobby believes me. We rejoin the squad. Keep moving. The battle goes on. That night, I cannot sleep. I keep seeing his fever, bright eyes, keep hearing his labored breathing, keep wondering if the sulfa will work, if he will live, if letting him go was mercy or just prolonging his suffering. 3 days later, we push through another sector, more ruins, more mud, more death. I am walking point. We round a corner. There is a ditch, filled with muddy water, bodies floating in it. Japanese, 5 of them, killed in fighting, left where they fell. I see the uniform first, mustard yellow. Then I see the arm, left arm, broken, swollen, black at the edges. The sulfa did not work. Or it worked too late. Or it just delayed the inevitable. I jump into the ditch. Bobby is yelling. I do not hear him. I grab the body, turn it over. The face is underwater, bloated, gray. But I recognize it. The thin mustache. The young face. The features I saw 5 yards away for 72 hours. His eyes are open, staring at nothing. There is a bullet hole in his back, right between the shoulder blades, shot from behind, running maybe, retreating, trying to get away, trying to survive one more day. The infection did not kill him. A bullet did. I pull something from inside his jacket. The photograph. Still there. Still pressed against his chest. Water has destroyed it. The image is barely visible. Ghosts of faces. His wife. His child. But I can still see them. Still see what he was fighting for. What he was trying to get back to. Bobby pulls me out of the ditch. Asks if I knew him. I cannot answer. Cannot speak. My throat is closed. My chest is tight. I am holding a photograph that is disintegrating in my hands. Holding proof that mercy in war is meaningless. That compassion in combat changes nothing. That seeing the enemy as human just means you watch them die with full knowledge of what was lost. I gave him water. I gave him medicine. I gave him 2 more days of life. 72 hours. That is what my mercy bought him. 3 days between living and dying. 3 days of fever and pain and infection before someone shot him in the back and left him in a ditch. Was that better than dying in the courtyard? Quick, clean, 1 bullet, over in seconds. No false hope, no prolonged suffering. Just death. I do not know. I will never know. All I know is I tried. I tried to save him. I tried to show mercy. I tried to see him as human and treat him as human, and it did not matter. He died anyway, just died slower, died harder, died farther from home. I put the photograph in my jacket, next to my own. 2 families, 1 alive, 1 dead. 2 men who met in war, who chose not to kill each other, who shared water and medicine and photographs, who tried to hold on to humanity in the midst of horror, and it meant nothing. He died. I lived. 72 hours of mercy, 72 hours of compassion, 72 hours of seeing the enemy as human, and he still ended up face down in a ditch with a bullet in his back. The rain falls. The war continues. I am 19 years old. I carry 2 photographs against my chest, 2 families, 2 lives, 1 still living, 1 gone forever, and the weight of knowing that everything I did, every choice I made, every moment of mercy, changed nothing, saved no one, meant nothing. 72 hours. That is all I gave him. 3 days. And even that was a lie. 44 years. That is how long I carry the photographs. 2 families, 2 lives, 1 still breathing, 1 floating face down in a ditch on an island 8,000 miles away. 44 years of teaching history to kids who think World War II is ancient history, who think Okinawa is just a name in a textbook, who cannot imagine what it means to hold a rifle and choose whether to pull the trigger, who cannot imagine what it costs to show mercy in a place where mercy gets you killed. I do not tell them. Do not tell anyone. Margaret knows I was there, knows I fought, knows I came home different than I left, but she does not know about the courtyard, does not know about the 72 hours, does not know about the ditch, does not know I carry 2 photographs in a box in my closet. She thinks I am a veteran. She does not know I'm a man who killed and a man who tried not to kill, and both choices haunt me equally. May 7th, 1989. I am 64 years old. I have gray hair, reading glasses, a mortgage, a dog, a life that looks normal from the outside. I teach American History Period 3, coach junior varsity baseball in the spring, go to church on Sundays, vote Republican, pay my taxes. I am ordinary, unremarkable, a man who survived a war and built a quiet life in the afterward. The letter arrives on a Tuesday. The mailman hands it to me with the usual stack, bills, advertisements, a letter from my sister, and 1 envelope that makes my hands shake before I even open it. The postmark is Japanese. The handwriting is careful, precise. English words written by someone who learned the language late. The return address means nothing to me. A name I do not recognize, Yamada. An address in Hiroshima. I open it standing in my driveway. The paper is thin, rice paper maybe. The ink is black. The words are formed with the careful precision of someone who checked every spelling 3 times. Dear Mr. Harrison, my name is Kenji Yamada. You do not know me, but I know you. My father spoke of you many times before he died. He called you the American who let him live, the Marine who gave him water, who gave him medicine, who chose mercy when mercy was impossible. My hands are shaking so badly the paper rattles. I read the words again. My father, the American who let him live. It is not possible. He died. I found his body. I saw the bullet hole. I held the photograph as it dissolved in my hands. He died in that ditch. He died 3 days after I let him go. He died, and I carried that weight for 44 years. The letter continues. My father's name was Takeshi Yamada. He was a soldier in the Imperial Japanese Army. He fought on Okinawa in April 1945. He was wounded. His arm was broken. He was separated from his unit. He expected to die. Then he met an American Marine. Young, 19 maybe. The Marine had him in his rifle sights, had every reason to kill him, but the Marine lowered his rifle, let him go. My father never understood why. He carried that question his whole life. I sit down, right there in the driveway. My legs will not hold me. The paper is still in my hands. The words are still there. Real. Not a dream. Not a hallucination. Real. 3 days later, my father and the same Marine were trapped together during an artillery barrage, trapped in a destroyed house for 72 hours. The Marine shared his water, treated my father's infected arm with medicine, showed him a photograph of his family, let him escape when American soldiers came. My father survived. The infection nearly killed him, but the sulfa powder the Marine gave him saved his life. He spent 3 weeks hiding in caves, eating roots, drinking rainwater, delirious with fever. When the battle ended, he surrendered to American forces. He spent 2 years in a prisoner of war camp in Guam. Then he came home. I am reading through tears now. I do not remember starting to cry. Do not remember when the tears came. They just are, running down my face, dripping onto the paper, blurring the ink. He married my mother in 1948. I was born in 1949. I have 2 sisters, 4 children of my own, 8 grandchildren. All of us exist because an American Marine chose not to pull his trigger, chose to see my father as human, chose mercy over duty. My father tried to find you for 40 years. He wrote letters to the American Embassy, to Marine Corps headquarters, to veteran organizations. He had no name, no unit number, just a memory of a young Marine with dark hair and scared eyes who gave him water in the darkness. He died in 1987, 2 years ago. Lung cancer. He was 70 years old. On his deathbed, he made me promise to keep searching, to find the Marine who saved him, to tell him that his mercy mattered, that it changed everything, that it created a family, a future, a life. I found a record, a battle report, 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines. A private named James Harrison reported finding enemy dead in a ditch on April 22, 1945. The report mentioned a Japanese soldier with a compound fracture of the left arm. My father's injury. It had to be you. This is the address I found. I do not know if it is correct. I do not know if you are alive. I do not know if this letter will reach you, but I promised my father, and I keep my promises. If you are reading this, then you are alive. You survived the war. You came home. You built a life, just like my father did, just like I am trying to do. My father wanted you to know something. He wanted you to know that the Japanese soldier you met in that courtyard, the one you let live, the one you gave water, the one you gave medicine, he did not die. The body you found in the ditch was not him. My father was captured 3 days after you separated. He was being marched to a collection point with 4 other prisoners. American planes strafed the column. The guards ran. My father ran. He hid in a ditch. When he came out, he found the bodies of the other prisoners. One of them had a broken arm, similar injury, similar uniform. In the chaos, in the fear, in the aftermath of violence, it would be easy to mistake one body for another. You thought you found my father dead. You thought your mercy meant nothing. You thought you gave him 72 hours, and then he died anyway. You carried that weight for 44 years. You were wrong. My father lived. He survived. He came home. He married. He had children. He had grandchildren. He had 42 years of life after Okinawa. 42 years of watching cherry blossoms, of eating his wife's cooking, of holding his grandchildren, of living, all because of you. Your mercy did not buy him 72 hours. It bought him a lifetime. It bought my life, my children's lives, my grandchildren's lives. 3 generations exist because you chose not to kill, because you chose to see the enemy as human, because you showed mercy when mercy was impossible. My father wanted me to tell you this. He wanted you to know that what you did mattered, that it changed everything, that mercy in war is not meaningless, that compassion in combat is not pointless, that seeing the enemy as human is the most important thing a soldier can do. He wanted me to thank you on behalf of himself, on behalf of our family, on behalf of everyone who exists because you made an impossible choice and lived with the weight of that choice for 44 years. Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Thank you for giving my father water. Thank you for giving him medicine. Thank you for giving him his life. Thank you for giving me my father. Thank you for giving my children their grandfather. Thank you for choosing mercy. Thank you for being human. Thank you for everything. If you are willing, I would like to meet you. I would like to shake your hand. I would like to show you photographs of my father, of our family, of the life that exists because of you. I would like you to see what your mercy created, what your compassion built, what your humanity made possible. I will be in Seattle for business in June. I can travel to Portland if you will meet me. Please? My father spent 40 years searching for you. I spent 2 years searching for you. Please let me complete his final wish. Please let me thank you properly. Please let me show you that what you did mattered. With deepest gratitude and respect, Kenji Yamada. I sit in my driveway holding the letter. The sun is shining. Birds are singing. My neighbor is mowing his lawn. The world is continuing. Normal, ordinary, while I am holding a piece of paper that is rewriting 44 years of my life. He lived. Takeshi Yamada lived. The body in the ditch was not him. I carried guilt for 44 years. Guilt for mercy that failed. Guilt for compassion that meant nothing. Guilt for trying to save a life and only delaying death. And it was all based on a mistake, on a misidentification, on seeing what I expected to see instead of what was actually there. He lived. He went home. He married. He had children. He had grandchildren. 3 generations. All because I lowered my rifle. All because I threw him my canteen. All because I gave him my sulfa powder. All because I let him escape. All because I chose humanity over duty. Mercy over orders, compassion over survival, and he spent 40 years trying to find me, trying to tell me, trying to thank me, while I spent 40 years thinking I had failed, thinking mercy was meaningless, thinking compassion changed nothing. We were both wrong. We were both carrying weight we did not need to carry. We were both living with guilt for choices that turned out to be right. I do not know how long I sit there, long enough that Margaret comes out, asks if I am okay, asks what the letter says. I hand it to her. Watch her face as she reads. Watch her eyes widen. Watch her hand go to her mouth. Watch her start to cry. She knows. She has lived with me for 38 years. She has seen the nightmares, the times I wake up sweating, the way I flinch at loud noises, the way I go quiet on certain dates. April 19th, April 22nd, the days that matter, the days when something happened that I never talked about. She knows I carry something. She just never knew what. Now she knows. Now I can tell her. Now I can finally explain why I wake up sometimes at 3 in the morning and just sit in the dark. Why I keep 2 photographs in a box in my closet. Why I teach history like it matters. Like every choice matters. Like seeing people as human matters. Because it does. Because 44 years ago, I made a choice that I thought meant nothing, and it turned out to mean everything. Margaret is holding me. I am crying. Really crying. Not the quiet tears from before. Deep, wrenching sobs that come from somewhere I have kept locked for 4 decades. Grief for the weight I carried. Relief that it was wrong. Joy that he lived. Sorrow that I never knew. Gratitude that his son found me. Everything at once. Everything I have held inside for 44 years coming out all at once in my driveway on a Tuesday morning in May. I write back that same day. Tell Kenji yes. Tell him I will meet him. Tell him June is fine. Tell him I want to see the photographs. Want to hear about his father. Want to know about the life that existed because of one moment in a courtyard when I could not pull the trigger. Want to know that mercy mattered, that compassion meant something, that seeing the enemy as human changed the world. June 15th, 1989. I wait in a coffee shop in downtown Portland. I am early. Too nervous to be late. Too nervous to sit still. I am wearing my best suit. I do not know why. This is not a job interview. This is not a funeral. This is something else, something I do not have words for. He arrives at exactly 2 o'clock. I know him immediately, not because we have met. We have not, but because he looks like his father, the same face, older, fuller, but the same eyes, the same dark brown eyes that looked at me across 5 yards of destroyed room, the same eyes that watched me dust sulfa powder on infected flesh, the same eyes that said thank you in a language I did not understand. He sees me, knows me somehow. Maybe my face is familiar from photographs his father described. Maybe it is just obvious. 2 men meeting in a coffee shop, 1 white, 1 Japanese, 1 old Marine, 1 son of a soldier. It is obvious who we are, what we are here for. We shake hands. His grip is firm, respectful. He does not let go immediately, just holds my hand, looking at me. His eyes are wet. Mine are too. Mr. Harrison, thank you for coming. Thank you for finding me. We sit. He has a folder, photographs. He opens it, shows me pictures. A young man in a Japanese uniform, Takeshi Yamada, 1943, before Okinawa, before the broken arm, before me. He looks happy, hopeful, young, too young for war, just like I was too young for war. Another photograph, 1948, Takeshi in civilian clothes, standing next to a woman, his wife, both of them smiling. A wedding photo, a new beginning, life after war, hope after horror. He lived to see this, to have this, because I gave him water. Another photograph, 1949, Takeshi holding a baby. Kenji, the man sitting across from me. A father holding his son. Pride in his eyes. Joy. Love. This moment exists because I gave him sulfa powder. More photographs. Years passing. Children growing. A family forming. Life happening. Takeshi getting older. Gray hair. Wrinkles. Grandchildren. 8 of them. All beautiful. All alive. All existing because 45 years ago I could not pull a trigger. My father talked about you every year, Kenji says. On April 19th, the day you met. He would tell the story to my sisters and me about the American Marine who saw him as human, who chose mercy, who gave him life. I thought he died, I say. My voice is rough. I found a body, same injury, same uniform. I thought it was him. I thought my mercy bought him 3 days, and then he died anyway. You carried that for 44 years? Yes. Kenji reaches across the table, takes my hand. He carried something too. He carried gratitude. He carried debt. He carried the knowledge that he owed his life to an enemy who chose not to kill him. He spent 40 years trying to find you, trying to tell you, trying to say thank you. He does not owe me anything. Yes, he does. We all do. My family exists because of you. My children, my grandchildren, all of us. We owe you everything. I am crying again. In public. In a coffee shop in downtown Portland. Crying in front of a stranger who is not a stranger. Who is the son of a man I knew for 72 hours, 44 years ago. Who is living proof that mercy matters. That compassion changes things. That seeing the enemy as human is the most important choice a soldier can make. Does it help? Kenji asks quietly. Knowing he lived, knowing your mercy mattered, does it help? I think about 44 years of nightmares, of weight, of wondering if I did the right thing, of thinking I failed, of carrying 2 photographs and believing one represented a life I could not save. 44 years of teaching kids that choices matter while believing my choice did not matter. Yes, I say. It helps. We talk for 3 hours. He tells me about his father, about the years after the war, about the struggles, the nightmares Takeshi had, the way he would wake up screaming, the way he flinched at loud noises. We were the same. Enemy soldiers who became men carrying the same scars, fighting different wars but bleeding the same blood. He tells me Takeshi became a teacher too, taught English, taught peace, taught his students that war is horror and humanity is precious and every life matters, taught them what an American Marine taught him in a destroyed house during 72 hours when the world was ending. He wanted me to give you something, Kenji says. He reaches into his jacket, pulls out a photograph, old, faded, water-stained, but preserved, protected, cherished. The photograph I saw twice, in the courtyard, in the room, his wife, his child, the proof of his humanity. He carried this through the war, through captivity, through everything. He wanted you to have it, wanted you to know that what you saw in that room, what made you choose mercy, it was real, it mattered, it changed everything. I take the photograph, hold it carefully. This piece of paper is 45 years old. It survived a war, survived captivity, survived 4 decades. It survived because Takeshi survived, because I chose not to kill him, because mercy mattered. Thank you, I say. It is not enough. 2 words cannot contain what I am feeling, but it is all I have. No, Kenji says. Thank you for everything, for giving my father his life, for giving me my father, for showing that even in war, even in horror, even when mercy seems impossible, humanity can still exist, compassion can still matter. One person can still make a choice that changes everything. We part at 4 o'clock. We shake hands again. He hugs me, a long embrace. Two men connected by one moment 44 years ago, connected by mercy, connected by humanity, connected by the choice I made when I was 19 years old and thought I was failing and turned out to be creating life. I drive home. The photograph is on the seat beside me. Takeshi's family, the family that became real, that grew, that exists. 3 generations, all because of 3 pounds of pressure I could not apply, all because I saw the enemy as human, all because I chose mercy when mercy was impossible. Margaret is waiting. I show her the photographs Kenji gave me. We look at them together, at the life that existed, at the family that grew, at the proof that what I did mattered, that 44 years of wait was based on a mistake, that mercy was not meaningless, that compassion changed everything. That night, I sleep better than I have in 44 years. No nightmares, no waking at 3 in the morning, no sitting in the dark wondering if I did the right thing, because now I know. Now I have proof. Now I can finally let go of the weight I have been carrying since April 1945. 3 pounds of pressure. That is all that separated killing from mercy, death from life, ending from beginning. I chose mercy. I chose life. I chose to see the enemy as human. And it mattered. It changed everything. It created 3 generations. It proved that even in war, even in horror, even when everything says kill, humanity can still exist. Compassion can still matter. One choice can still change the world. 44 years. That is how long I carried the weight. That is how long I believed I failed. That is how long I thought mercy meant nothing. I was wrong. Mercy meant everything. It still does. It always will. 3 pounds. 3 generations. 1 choice. 1 life saved. 1 family created. That is what mercy bought. That is what compassion built. That is what humanity made possible. And I would make the same choice again, every single time.